ਐਲਬਰਟਾ ਸਮੇਤ पूरे कैनेडा ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਬੁਖਾਰ ਅਤੇ ਦਰਦ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਦੀ ਘਾਟ ਪਾਈ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਐਲਬਰਟਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੱਧਰ ਤੇ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਆਰਡਰ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੁੱਜਣ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਕਿ ਸੂਬੇ ਭਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਫਾਰਮੇਸੀਆਂ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਭੇਜੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਹਨ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਹਾਸਲ ਲੋਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਸ ਕਾਰਨ ਮਾਪਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਦੇਖਭਾਲ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਹੋਰ ਇੰਤਜ਼ਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਵੇਗਾ।
For months, I heard gut-wrenching stories from frustrated parents who can't access children's pain and fever medication for their young ones. I've read letters from parents overwhelmed trying to care for their children with fevers and coughs, trying to prevent symptoms from getting worse, and desperate for them to be able to sleep through the night. Parents across the province know what it's like to wake up in the middle of the night to their children coughing and how helpless they feel being unable to provide them with relief. And I've heard stories of parents asking friends traveling to the United States and Mexico to pick them up a few bottles of pain and fever medicine to ensure they're prepared for these scenarios. We know parents would do absolutely anything to help treat their sick kids. And I want Albertans to know that I will too. So, in December, in response to the national shortage of children's pain and fever medication, our government began taking steps to address the shortages of these medications in our province. Not only has this shortage been extremely stressful for families, but anxious parents saw that their only option was to take their children to the hospital, contributing to long wait times and placing another pressure on our healthcare system. Over the past few months, Alberta's government and Alberta Health Services worked with Atabay Pharmaceuticals to secure children's pain and fever medication and make it available to every family across the province. It has been a painstaking, rigorous process, and it's taken longer than we'd hoped for. But today, I'm pleased to announce that the wait is over. Help is now here. Children's acetaminophen is now available for distribution to local pharmacies, and we hope this brings much needed peace of mind to parents everywhere, and parents can feel confident that we have secured a stable supply of this medication for years to come, ensuring that Alberta isn't as susceptible to global supply chain disruptions in the future. I want parents to know that your government has heard you, and I truly hope that this supply will provide a little bit more comfort and relief to you and your families. No, all of the advocacy I ever did was always in public. I wrote letters, I did columns, I did podcasts, I spoke publicly. So I'm a bit of a known quantity about the kind of things that I advanced, and I think that the issue that is of great concern to me is I've been watching this since I was a landowner advocate in 1997, watching energy companies year after year push forward the liability. Many of the people who have the liability today aren't the people who created the liability. And here we are with thousands of wells that are inactive, have been inactive for decades, and has no real plan to clean them up. So that's been my overriding concern, is how do we make sure that landowners can have the certainty that these inactive well sites are going to be cleaned up. You know, there's lots of priorities that we have right now. I feel pretty confident that the $740 million mandatory spend that we brought in at the beginning of this year is going to go a long way to cleaning up a lot of the wells. We didn't want to lose some of the momentum that came off the site rehabilitation program, because there are now a large number of environmental companies that have set up, a large number of Indigenous companies, and so we have heard from that group that they want to make sure that we don't lose the momentum of well site cleanup. It's just looking at the liability that the AER has put forward, it's about $30 billion of inactive wells that are sitting there that need to be cleaned up. So we've got to clean them up. We can't just keep pushing it forward.
ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇਖਣ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨ ਲਈ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ ਚੈਨਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਤੇ ਨੋਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਈ ਬੈਲ ਆਈਕਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਟਨ ਤੇ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਕਰੋ।